Hi there. So you want to learn about vascular dementia. I will be taking you through the 7 stages of vascular dementia to show you how we get from this to this. So vascular dementia, what is it? Dementia is a broad term used to describe any range of brain disorder characterized by memory loss, impaired problem-solving skills, difficulty in language processing, and other impairments in cognitive functioning. Vascular dementia specifically is the result of brain damage. Older adults and those who suffer from diabetes and obesity are most susceptible to the disorder because they are at higher risk of stroke. Young people, however, are not immune. When an area of the brain is affected by a stroke, blood flow through the area is interrupted, resulting in reduced oxygenation, which causes neurons to die. If blood flow does not progress, functioning in this area is lost, resulting in the onset of dementia. Aside from the onset and fast progression, decline in cognitive function in vascular dementia follows the same stages as other forms of dementia. Stage 1, no impairment. Stage 2, very mild decline. Stage 3, mild decline. Stage 4, moderate decline. Stage 5, moderately severe decline. Stage 6, severe decline. And finally, Stage 7, very severe decline. I will now take you through the scenarios depicting 7 stages of vascular dementia, starting with Stage 1, no impairment. Meet Susie. She is young and healthy, she is an avid runner, and she has no history of dementia in her family. One day on her daily morning run, Susie trips and falls and badly injures her knee. She is then rushed to the hospital, where she successfully received emergency knee surgery. When she awoke, she was confronted by a doctor and his residents who explained she received an incorrect dosage of saline drip, causing a vessel to burst in her brain. She will need to be monitored to ensure there are no cognitive impairments. Susie is experiencing Stage 1 of vascular dementia, no impairment. She shows no signs of cognitive decline, but has experienced a hemorrhagic stroke due to negligence, making her higher risk to developing vascular dementia. Next, I will be introducing Stage 2, very mild decline. Meet Sally. Sally is diabetic, has a family history of diabetes, and experienced a stroke a little over a month ago. As we can see, she often misplaces things. Like her keys. And she sometimes calls people by the wrong name. She became concerned with her symptoms and scheduled a visit with her doctor. Sally passed all of the basic memory assessments without too much difficulty, so her doctor wrote it off as deficits associated with normal aging. Sally is experiencing Stage 2, very mild decline. She is able to pass basic memory tests. She is experiencing minor memory deficits, and these deficits will not affect her day-to-day function. Next, we move on to Stage 3, mild decline. Meet Dr. Givens. He has high blood pressure and is yet to be diagnosed. He has not led a very healthy lifestyle, which increases his risk for developing vascular dementia, and recently he has shown some symptoms of cognitive decline, but it is thought to be from aging. Dr. Givens is set to be a keynote speaker at a research conference. He worked hard to write out and memorize his speech over the last week. However, when the time came, he could not find the right words and resorted to reading from his script. His wife found it unusual that he had such a hard time, as she knew him to be quick on his feet and able to adapt very quickly. They scheduled a visit with their doctor, and his performance on cognitive tests dropped a significant enough amount compared to last year, and his doctor formally diagnosed him with vascular dementia, which was revealed to be induced from high blood pressure. Dr. Givens is experiencing Stage 3, mild decline. His significant other is able to identify unusual cognitive impairments, and not only are his memory deficits more prominent, but he has trouble with quick thinking. These deficits are beginning to affect his normal functioning, because as his wife said, he's usually quick on his feet. Meet Mrs. Davis. Mrs. Davis was diagnosed with vascular dementia 14 months ago. She keeps a normal daily routine as advised by her doctor, and she experiences short-term memory loss and is beginning to experience long-term memory deficits. One day, Mr. Davis notices his wife is taking a long time to get back from her daily convenience store run. Mrs. Davis returns home and frantically explains that she got lost on her way to the store. She did not understand why or how she forgot to get to the store, as she had been going there for 15 years. She also described not being able to find her usual brand of coconut water. But Mr. Davis explains that just last week the store clerk told them that they would no longer be receiving supplies from that vendor. Mrs. Davis is experiencing stage 4 mild decline. Her memory deficits majorly affect her short-term memory, and now her long-term memory is impaired. Her normal routines are being affected, and she will soon need around-the-clock care.
Meet Shaniqua. Shaniqua has been living with vascular dementia for the past 3 years. Her daily routine has been interrupted, as she now has trouble remembering where she is, how she got there, and what she was going to do. She has been advised by her doctor to look for someone that can provide around-the-clock care. Shaniqua has a 7-year-old daughter that has been away at summer camp for the past 2 months, and she tries to call her as often as she can. Though Shaniqua has been having immense trouble remembering people and their relation to her, she has random moments where she can remember those who are close to her, like her daughter. When her daughter comes home from camp, she jumps into her mother's arms, and instead of her mother embracing her with joy, she's confused as to why this child is hugging her. At the current moment, Shaniqua has no idea who her daughter is, and they are both left feeling dejected and confused. Shaniqua is experiencing stage 5, moderately severe decline. While she can still perform basic tasks, her family has noticed a significant decline in her ability to walk and remember basic information. Her doctor has advised her to get a physical therapist to aid in mobility, and it has also become harder for her to make decisions. Meet Granny Misty. Granny Misty has difficulty controlling her bladder and motor functions. She is easily agitated and often has violent outbursts. She is also experiencing short-term memory loss, and her memories of the past have become skewed. Granny Misty is at home taking a nap when all of a sudden she wakes up and is confused as to where she is. She doesn't recognize her surroundings and immediately devises a plan to escape. When her home health aide isn't looking, she gets up, opens the door, and leaves the home. Granny Misty has been wandering aimlessly for a while now, but she hasn't gone very far due to her decreased motor function. When the aide notices that she's missing, he frantically runs out the house looking for her. As soon as he sees her, he tries to get her back inside. Granny Misty immediately began screaming and yelling for someone to help her and that she's being kidnapped, which draws quite a large crowd. It isn't until an hour later that they are able to calm her down and bring her inside safely. Granny Misty is experiencing stage 6, severe decline. She now requires full-time care and is disoriented most of the time. Significant weight loss is seen in this stage, and she will need encouragement with eating. There has also been a change in her personality, which is caused by the loss of neurons in the frontal lobe. Meet Jamie. Jamie is now permanently bound to a wheelchair. He has lost the ability to form coherent sentences and is also incontinent. He cannot usually identify any of his family members or friends, but can occasionally remember them for brief periods of time. Jamie has been living with vascular dementia for the past 12 years and is now permanently bound to a wheelchair. He lives in a long-term care facility and is unable to perform mundane actions by himself. This includes using the bathroom, eating, walking, and so much more. His family occasionally comes to visit him, but he's unable to recognize them. He's also irritable most of the time, and he would rather wallow in his own self-pity. This, however, does not deter them, and they continue to shower him with love and affection, as that is all they can do at this point. Jamie's experiencing stage 7, very severe decline. Not much can be done for Jamie besides providing him with love and care. The brain has lost its connection with the body, so he can no longer communicate and move effectively. He also has an increased vulnerability to infections such as pneumonia. Now that we've gone over all 7 stages of vascular dementia. I'm sure you'll be able to tell your friends all about it. Thank you for coming. Bye.